Someone's in the kitchen with Bonnie. Yum.
Hello and welcome to Someone's in the Kitchen with Bonnie. I'm Bonnie McKibben and this is my kitchen here at Lutheran Church of the Cross where I get to feed people every week. It's totally my pleasure to do so. And today I'm going to show you a couple of really fun recipes, fun and easy recipes. One is, this is a recipe that I like to make just for myself, and I can make it either big or small. I'm going to do a medium-sized recipe today, and it's a Brazilian salmon stew, and it's all done in one pot. So that's pretty good. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the marinade. Now the marinade, I normally make it the day before or 2 days before so that the fish can sit in there and marinate for a while, but I'm still going to show you how it's done. So this is a half a head of garlic that I have smushed and minced very fine. To that, 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So already you can see the flavors are going to be pretty bright. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 1.5 teaspoons of pepper. So it's a little pepper heavy. Two and a half teaspoons of cumin and 1 tablespoon of paprika. There we go. Quick and simple to put this together. Most of us have this in these items in our pantry. Now, if you don't have any paprika, you can substitute chili powder. I would just use a little bit less, but both of them work fine. And I usually use a smoked paprika, but a sweet paprika will also work in this case. So you can see it's pretty dry. There's not a lot of liquid in there, which is nice for spreading on the fish. So I cut the fish into bite-sized pieces, and then I cover it with the marinade, and this is what it looks like. It's been sitting in there for a bit. They're a little bit bigger than bite-sized pieces of salmon. And since it's just me, I'm not making a huge amount of stew today. So that's that. Alrighty. Now for the rest of the stew ingredients, we have the olive oil, which I'm going to set over here. Now I've already cut the onions so that the people that are in the kitchen with me today don't have to suffer through. So this is, it should be 2 onions sliced. I only did 1 onion today because that's all I really wanted to smell the kitchen up. A couple of tomatoes, and we're going to slice them. Now I save all my food scraps because there's a lady here that takes all the food scraps home and gives them to the tortoises that live next door. She's a great gal, that Millie. So slice these tomatoes kind of thin. Obviously my knife is really sharp to be able to cut through these tomatoes without a serrated edge. Okie dokie. And we have a bell pepper here. Now I've pre-washed all of these fruits and vegetables, so. Ovens are preheating. Now, you don't need to cut the membrane out. I like to because it makes a prettier presentation. And I'm just going to slice this into strips. Again, they're just about the same size as the fish chunks. More tortoise food. Okay. So now we're going to start to layer this dish. You start with about 2 tablespoons of oil in the bottom of the pan. Alrighty. 1 layer of fish. Then some onion. You can either cut in full circles or half moons. It's totally your choice on that. I like to do it in half moons. I think it gets more of the flavors through. Some bell pepper. Now, if you were really feeling adventurous, you could do hot pepper, but a lot of the people that I cook for do not like hot pepper. So, okay, another layer of fish. Our handyman here at the church is looking forward to today's lunch. He's wanting some of this Moroccan stew, Brazilian stew, rather. Okay. Then the onion. So we'll get this on the stove. I'll bring it up to a boil and then immediately turn it down to a simmer, cover it, and let it cook for 20 to 30 minutes, just until the vegetables are tender. Now this could be done in a crock pot, I suppose, or an Instant Pot, if you were so inclined. Alrighty, so to this we add salt and pepper. We're generous with the salt and pepper. Okay. Then we add a can of full-fat coconut milk, or coconut cream as it's called. Next up is some cilantro. I know a lot of people don't like cilantro. Something genetically going on there that prevents them from liking it. And for that, I'm truly sorry, because I love cilantro. Okay. Then on top of that, we put a little bit more olive oil. Okay, I'm going over to the stove now. We'll get this cooking here. If you didn't like to use the cilantro, you could use any other green herb. Probably you could probably use basil. It's got a nice big flavor to it, or perhaps parsley. Oops, let me get this going a little quicker than normal. And while this is cooking, we're going to make a shrimp salsa that is pretty quick and easy. It's also very delicious, and it goes well as a precursor for this dish. It's a little bit spicy. It has some jalapeno in it, and of course you can make it as hot as you like. I made this for my quartet one night. We usually eat and drink more than we sing, And I have a gal in my quartet that swears she doesn't like fish, yet she was the only one that had seconds. So it's really pretty good. This is going to take a while. Gee, I wish I knew some jokes to tell you. Right now, I can smell it's just starting to bubble around the edges. I'm getting a little hint of the coconut milk with the cilantro, and it just smells so good. Okay, the only thing that was cold in this was the fish, because I had marinated it, of course, in the refrigerator. Now it's just starting to bubble on the outside, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this down now and cover it up, and we'll come back to check on it in just a little bit. Alrighty. Next up is the salsa. Now I direct a ladies' chorus, a sweet Adeline chorus, and sweet Adelines are famous for having potlucks. And I made this dish as a contribution to a potluck once, and one of the girls liked it so well that she stole it from me, and now she always makes it, and I had to come up with something else to cook for the potluck. She's a stinker, but I love her dearly. Alrighty, in one of the earlier episodes, I showed you a little trick to cutting the shrimp, where you take the back of the knife and you press down, and it just pops this portion right out of the tail. So we're going to do that and cut all these up fairly fine for a salsa. We need some music or something in here. Maybe CJ will sing for us. Or maybe not. So this is a half a pound of shrimp. I guess I should have told you that right off the top. And you don't have to buy it pre-cooked. You can cook it yourself with just a little salted water and then chill it before you prepare it for the salsa. But I cheated today and I bought already cooked shrimp. Oops. Now this also would work with crab, but I happen to really like shrimp, so we're using shrimp today. Now we're going to put a little bit of jalapeno in this, but just a little bit, and I'm taking the seeds and the membrane out so it shouldn't be hot. Just that bright jalapeno flavor with no heat. Because not everybody likes the heat. Now I have actually eaten this on top of greens as a topping for a salad. Since I live alone, I can do whatever I want, right? But it's traditionally served with corn chips, so we'll be doing that today. Alrighty, getting close. When I was in cooking school, I was the only adult. All the rest of them were kids fresh out of high school. And of course, when you're that age, you think you know everything. And you probably do, if that's what you tell yourself. So we were getting ready to work for the first time with hot peppers. And we were instructed to have gloves in our catering and our culinary kit, which I did. And most of the kids thought that was dumb. You don't need gloves to cut peppers. Why would you need that? So none of them had gloves except me. And by the time the session was over, they were all crying. I felt really bad for them. Okay, so that said, I'm not going to use gloves right now because I'm only cutting one pepper. Okay. Okay. I'm not exactly sure I'm going to use this whole thing. This is a pretty good sized pepper. I'm able to buy these by the 5-pound bag at the business Costco in Westminster. And they're really good. So I'm getting that all the way out the membrane. Now I will say, if you do not wear gloves and you have any kind of cuts on your fingers, you will be reminded. I'm going to cut this really small, very fine dice on this. That seed out of there. Oops. Nice sharp knife. I'm not sure I need more than that. Maybe one more. It also adds color. The first time I had this recipe was when I was on a vacation down in Baja. It was lovely. That and a margarita, it was delicious. Alrighty. Now for the really fun part to cut are these radishes here. What I sometimes do is start them on the, actually I'm going to get it and use it. Whoever invented this was a genius. Oh, escaped radishes. Get back here. I'm going to give a fish a quick check. Ooh, it's looking good. How boring is it watching somebody cut food? All right, oops. It's getting there. Let's see. That color looks pretty darn good. Yep, I think that's good. We're going to add in the cilantro. That's a half a cup of cilantro, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, and I don't think I put the salt in yet. I needed some salt. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Here's an interesting tidbit. When it calls for a pinch of something, there's actually a measurement for a pinch. It's 1/8 teaspoon. There you go. Oh, I wish you could smell this. We need smell-o-vision. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, let's see, check and see how that fish is doing. Yeah. It's looking really good. Yeah. And the stew takes on a lovely color of the pink from all the spices that were put on the fish to begin with. Alrighty. I think we're going to take this off and plate some and take a look at that. Woo. See, the onions are a wee bit transparent. The fish is firm. The tomatoes a little bit falling apart, which is good. Nice, cooked nice and really well. More onions on here. Alrighty. The only thing missing is the margarita. Alrighty. There's a nice fresh salsa, all that goodness in there. Everything's fresh. Fresh cut. And it keeps for a little bit. And this stew, I'm going to put another piece of fish in there for him. He's going to love this. There we go. Excellent. Now, another thing you could do is if you were serving this like at an end of the year holiday party, you could serve it. You could serve it with endive or the inner leaves of the romaine lettuce, and it becomes like a little salad bite. I'm going to be making some salad bites for next month with pear and raisins and toasted pecans, but you could also use the same premise with this, or the little lettuce cups like they do at P.F. Chang's. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today. I tell you, this is really killer. You got to try it. Alrighty, thanks so much. See you next time.
kitchen with Bonnie. Slice and dice and here we go.
And
Singing fee-fi, fiddly-I-o. Fee-fi, fiddly-I-o. Fee-fi, fiddly-I-o. Whipping up a tasty show. In the kitchen with Bonnie.